Hey, welcome back to Coffin Nights. It's the never-ending gaming story that takes place in many alternate worlds. Disclaimers, yo. All the art I use for this is owned by the creators, and many of the characters are owned by the other companies, and we use them just for fun. So I'm doing this a little different. I went out to sea, and like last week I did a video for just Cleflin. This one I'm doing just for everything that happened on Earth 10.3. This is the gaming that took place from the week of 20 March to the week of 10 April 2018. Just for the Earth, alternate Earth designated as 10.3. This is our 59th episode, and most of the gaming was filmed face to face, and some over Google Hangouts. So where we last left our heroes. Earth 10.3, it's 30 May 1993, and we left them, our heroes, in the Caribbean island of Belladonico. The teams Guardians, Infinity, Pantheon, and the Titans were recovering from an attack from Amal Farouk, the Shadow King, who was using Rachel Roth's body. During the battle, most of the psi-sensitive peoples were teleported to the resort from Herc's hideaway to the resort by Merlin to keep them from safe during the battle, but the Shadow King left something dark behind. ... Infinity is made up of Frank Corso, Hercules, John Jones, Lenya Petrovna, Merlin, Owen Reese, and Zana. Pantheon is made up of Carter Ritz, Gray Ritz, Sam Corso, Tempest Odinson, Xander Prentiss, Cindy Moon, Holly Day, Megan Moores, and Rogue. Titans are made up of Monica Cerbella, Angelica Jones, Billy Batson, Jamie Madrox, Cara Zarell, Peter Parker, and Priscilla Katian. Frank, John, Megan, Alex, and Sam we're still trying to figure out about the darkness or the shadow that is left behind in them. Frank talks to Irene. Irene tells him that she sees a massive conflict with those who have the shadow fighting those who do not before the shadows can leave their bodies. As Holly remains vigil watch over Carter, Tempest, Rogue go to the end of time via Carter. Loki is continuing to mess with them, and Odin, Frigga, Thor also leave via Carter to the Bifrost Bridge. Many of the students and guests return to the resorts and wonder about this feeling of shadow that's left behind in them. Alex and Megan hang out at the beach. Valerie Cooper arrives on the airfield, and Hercules is there to meet her. He escorts her back to the resort. Owen gets drinks with Lenya at Herc's hideaway. And at the end of time, Tempest and Rogue resist temptations to give Loki a thorough beatdown after his continued torment. They head into their room for more honeymoon time, which makes sense. Eventually, Frank gathers Infinity aboard Juno, and they head to the Savage Lands prison known as Warden's Gate. Yeah, they don't have that in the regular Marvel Universe, but it's here. Megan pretends to disappear to see if it would trigger Xander's shadow side. When Carter wakes up, he assembles Pantheon and finds out about the shadows left behind. He has an idea, so he pulls his sideways son which means like an alternate version of his son, Kame Ritz, from Earth 6. It's basically what Carter did with his powers was he's able to pull Time Lords from throughout the multiverse. And since Kame is a Time Lord and even his sideways son, which makes it easier, he pulls them to him. He can do that sort of thing. That's what Carter can do. Okay, when Megan finally shows up at the assembly, she explains what she was trying to do, which pisses off Alex, and he leaves. Or Xander. Kame then has a power to separate and merge things. And even concepts. It's kind of weird, but he has this power. So per Sam's suggestion, Megan collects a couple chickens to put the shadow forms into. It's got to go somewhere. So Kame first practices on Holly. On Holly, he separates the shadow and puts it into the chicken. And then, boom! Chicken explodes. But nonetheless, it works. Kame proceeds on clearing out the shadow sides from Cindy, Gray, Xander, and Sam. Using his powers as a time spot, Carter has Kame recall of his memories. Now Kame knows about his mom. Carter thanks him, and Kame uses Carter as a time spot and leaves Earth 10.3. Spending weeks at the end of time, Tempest and Rogue return to Belladinico via Carter. And per Megan and Carter's suggestion, the team leave Earth and go to the moon Titan. So where we last left our heroes of INTERcept, Andrew, Emma, had returned from New York City and the Hellfire Club. Data collected from the FBI about the celestial connections is sent back to INTERcept and their underground lair in southern Florida. INTERcept is made up of Andrew Moore, Carol Danvers, Emma Frost, John Irons, Michael Holt, Sarah Pazzini, and Tony Master. The away team gets the information acquired from the celestial FBI agents, which helps them determine that the celestial Cerebro that they have can detect whether somebody is an alien or mutant. And furthermore, on the analysis that they've done, that Cerebro is receiving information from an alternate Earth. No freaking way. Yes, way. This is another alternate Earth where all the characters that they're intermingling with on 10.3 exist in written form. Either they're like comic books, TV shows, or movies. So now INTERcept knows that these flying aircraft carriers have access to all the same informations that they had when they came here, but they had it in their mind. So meanwhile, in Miami, Carol, Sarah, Tony follow a celestial FBI agents back to a house. They realize that these celestial agents are also being followed by agents Fox Mulder and Dana Scully. At the house, they discuss that the FBI agents are actually Skrulls, not Fox and Scully. Anyways, they attack them and defeat the Skrulls with Dana and Fox's support. It would be fun. Infinity and their lightning ship, Juno, fly to the Savage Lands. In the hangar at Warden's Gate, they are greeted by Kitty and Peter of Justice Alliance. Justice Alliance is made up of Jody, Ritz, Alan Fry, Diana Troy, Ilyana Rasputin, Kitty Pryde, Peter Rasputin, and Scott Summers. Jody explains the situation to Frank and connects Frank and Alex, who Alex is and his team Eclipse are still on the inside of the Savage Lands, and I'll be getting back to them in a minute. Kitty offers Frank to use their Fantasia device. Yes, the Warden's Gate has a Fantasia device to practice scenarios on breaking out Eclipse. Infinity tries dark force magic, molecular control, etc. to no avail. They also watch what is happening to Eclipse through the Warden's Gate and are unable to support them. So keep that in mind later when I go over them. Where we last left our heroes of the Guardians, Connor had tried to recruit Kurt Wagner, formerly of INTERcept, in Miami, but Kurt had already joined the American military on one of those floating carriers. Guardians is made up of Connor Kent, Laura Kinney, Monet St. Croix, and Prince T'Challa. So instead, they go to Madame Dupont's School for Girls in Laval, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Connor goes into the school and he says he would like to meet Jean-Marie Bobier. And when the 18-year-old Jean-Marie shows up, he recruits her. And then they fly up to Hades, his ship. And on board, T'Challa has found that his father is being attacked in Wakanda. So he informs Connor when he gets back on board, and then they go to Wakanda. They find, long live Wakanda, they find Ulysses Claw has attacked T'Challa's father, and is on the run. The Guardians go after him in Vibranium Mountain. After they capture Ulysses, they go to the Savage Lands to throw him in the prison there. They meet Diana Troy, and they watch the happenings of Eclipse. Like I told you, I was going to Eclipse, and so where we last left our heroes of Eclipse in the Savage Lands, they have freed Rachel from the Shadow King entity and his forces. Archer escaped the Savage Lands via the time spot. Yes, you can't escape them, but there are always exceptions to every rule. And Eclipse is made up of Alex Prentiss, Archer, Johnny Blaze, Kyle Rayner, Nico Minoru, Rachel Roth, and Rin. They take Rachel's 70-foot red, four-eyed body out to an open area, and they try to heal her to no luck. They leave and then go to the Warden's Gate. That's the actual door that goes, and it's kind of like halfway in a cave, halfway in the open in the Savage Lands area, underneath like a waterfall area. While waiting, the team rests, and later Kyle and Alex are able to heal Rachel. When her body returns to normal height, her father's four eyes remain. With Alex weakened, they relax on White Lantern's created lawn chairs and try to enjoy the sun of this tropical area in little bikinis or whatever. I'm sure Jim Lee would love to draw this. Anyways, after a while, they are attacked by three predators. Rachel, Ren, and Nico are horribly injured. Kyle fights them off and sends them into the jungle. After Kyle and Alex use their powers to heal, Ulysses is thrown into the cave, and where a face hugger is found on his face right after Alex finds some goo on his foot, and then suddenly a face hugger attacks him. He captures the thing in his hand, Iron Fists it, and then crushes it where the acid pours all over him, his arm, and he's in pain. Khan. No, he doesn't yell Khan. Where we last left our heroes of Omega Dawn, they were eating lunch together at Serenity, a Federation massive space station in the Vega System. Omega Dawn is made up of Christopher Lord, Clark Kent, Hal Jordan, Jean Grey, Madison Jeffries, Aurora Monroe, and Wanda Lenshaw. They are joined at lunch by a Green Lantern, this area's Green Lantern, Coriandar. They are alerted by a security alert. That's what it's supposed to do. And Madison lets them know that is one of the cargo batteries, and then they head there. They see that several Sidrian hunters and they that are there, and they're trying to escape. The Federation security got there first, is not making any headway. So Omega Dawn do what they do best, being heroes. Capture a few Sidri, and using Jean's telekinetic powers, and Hal and Corey use their rings. A couple more of them are beamed from like the ventilation area into where all three of these sources, Jean, Hal, and Corey, can capture them. Founder of the Federation, Marcus Lord, calms things down with the Federation, and they're like, who are you to do this? Oh, you are the founder. Great. Shortly after this little they have a meeting with the woman who is in charge of the Federation, and they're trying to get some technology. And she says, well, you're part of the Federation, so we're here to, if you share some of your technology, we'll share some of ours. So he said that, hey, I'll share our very strong sensors that'll help you out with what you need. And she says, okay, we'll share our teleportation beaming technology with you. The attempt, I think, by Marcus Lord is to merge some beaming technology on board Noni. Will that work with this, young lightning ship? We'll see. And then from there we go back to Earth, where we last left our heroes of Outsiders. They have gone to a beach to relax. After taking on the Pride and all that stress, the Outsiders are made up of Chris Ritz, Carolina Dean, Julian Keller, Tim Drake, Victor Mancha, Molly Hayes, and Cassie Sandsmark. They continue to enjoy the beach, walking and talking and hang out with each other. After a call from his dad, Chris volunteers the Outsiders for the Savage Lands Warden Watch tonight, which means which is Sunday night, so tomorrow will be Monday. So the kids still are out of school, and they do not need to worry about being there, even though the parents are like, hey, who are you staying overnight with? But we'll figure that out next week. So that's it for this week. A couple of questions I have is like, what's going to happen in the Savage Lands? The Warden's Gate, are they going to get Alex and his team out of there? And how is he going to recover with all this acid over him? Yes, there's a lot of stuff that appearances that Alex and his team don't know much about a lot of things, and it's causing him to get his butt kicked a lot. But he comes out of it strong. He's got a strong team. So what's going to happen? How are they going to get out of there? And are they going to try to do maybe if the Outsiders take over early, that could help them get out, because they have to wait till another watch is changed. But maybe the Guardians and Infinity, now that they're down there, they can help him out. We'll see with the three teams. Another question, I was like, what's going to go on in the Federation? Is Noni going to be upgraded with these beaming technology of the Federation? Another question is, what's going to go on with Pantheon on Titan? Are they going to meet the evil? Well, we won't say his name here because he hasn't happened yet. And since this is a mixed world of Marvel and DC, Titan's two different things. What's that going to look like onto Earth 10.3? I don't know, but you guys can tune in to some other day when we game this stuff. We're also gaming other worlds, so you'll see in the next episode of our 60th episode next week. So if you like what you're seeing, hit like below, subscribe, and become part of the Cleflin Knights. It's not Kining, it's Nighd. So if you want to leave any comments, suggest some videos, something that maybe I can focus on later. Anyways, from now on, oh yeah, also check out my Instagram, Cleflin_Knights, Nighd. Fair winds and following seas. Happy trails.